I met Jacob when I was attending high school. We began talking on a social media website and soon fell head over heels in love with each other. I was 18, living in America, and he was a little older than I was, and living in England. We dated for a year, happily traveling to each other's countries and staying together at each of our homes, and so we lost our virginity to each other. We grew close to each other's friends and families, and later got engaged. A year went by with fun, excitement, and love, and then he started to change. Jacob would get mad at me and yell at me for small things like winning a board game until I cried. He would get in my face and scream. He disrespected me in front of his friends and family. He wouldn't allow me to have lunch with my male friends or talk to any other man. I was in my country and he was in his at the time that I was pursuing a degree. We were apart for months at times, which can be hard. I must say long-distance relationships aren't easy. He was taller than I was, older, muscular, and intimidating. He began saying strange things like moving here permanently, or moving in with me, or going to the same school as me, having the same career path as me, smothering me. I couldn't breathe. Because he wanted to be all over me. He stopped taking care of himself physically and didn't keep up with the personal hygiene, and he started acting like he could do and say anything and I wouldn't leave him. He began getting controlling. He would text me non-stop all day long, sometimes up to hundreds of texts, and if I didn't answer them, he would call me until I answered, even if I was in class or sleeping. He would accuse me of cheating, called me names, and told my parents I wasn't acting like I should. He constantly talked down to me like he owned me and didn't allow me to see my friends and would ruin my time with my family by sending hundreds of texts if I didn't do as I was told. I became extremely sad each day and dreaded our conversations. He made me cry like each day. I lost sleep and wasn't performing well in classes due to the stress and anxiety. I seriously began to fear the sound of my phone notifying me of messages. I wasn't strong enough to ever go all the way and felt that I didn't have anyone to talk to since everyone loved him and mainly blamed me for our fights and arguments. Finally, I had enough and just broke off our engagement. So he lost his mind and blew my phone up. He yelled and screamed, blamed me for everything, insisted he was moving here and I was overreacting and being unreasonable. I blocked him on everything, but that didn't stop him from contacting my family, my friends, calling me from his family's phones. After blocking more numbers, a few weeks later, it finally stopped. The ridicule stopped, the stress stopped. Days later, a friend told me that a picture of a girl and him was on his social media. He found a new girlfriend in his country a few days after I broke up with him, which broke my heart and made me question everything we had and shared, and if he was cheating on me like the whole time. I'm still scarred from this relationship and struggled with trust and jealousy after the emotional and mental abuse. But I'm getting better and found someone who loves me more than I could ever ask, and I am working on myself.